Hi all. I am up in our bedroom so that I get a little bit of peace and quiet, but apologies for the shadows on my face. It's a little bit, lighting isn't so great up here. I hope everyone's had an awesome day and have loved reading all the comments and the insights and the realizations and just so much goodness that's been happening, that's been going on in the group, which is just amazing. I hope that you're all reading what each other is saying as well, because Sarita shared earlier that she used to think that it had to be someone, to do healthy eating, you had to be really super passionate about food, or you had to be really clever in the kitchen. But actually she's realised that that's not the case, and it actually can be really, really simple. You just have to have all the right ingredients and resources to work with to make it achievable, and that's exactly right. You don't have to make everything from scratch. So I just wanted to jump on tonight and share a little bit about my story, because I feel it's really important to share that. I suppose when I've been doing this for so long, you may look at me and go, well, it's easy for you because you really enjoy cooking, or you're just really passionate about food, or you've just always been that way. But I haven't always been that way. And so that's what I wanted to share tonight. I also wanted to share about if weight loss is your one of your goals. I just want to flick the thinking on that a little bit and share a few tips around that, and then also about how I'm navigating with teenagers in the house, because that is another interesting challenge. So I'll start off with my story. So I grew up in Hawke's Bay, southern Hawke's Bay, on a farm, and I went to an all-girls boarding school. And so I was boarding for 5 years. And, as you know, if you've got girls, they can be pretty brutal. Girls being girls. Actually, I was just having the conversation with my daughter, just saying how brutal girls can be. Anyway, I didn't want to... I didn't want to put on weight. I didn't want to be ridiculed for putting on weight. So at the age of 16, I decided that I couldn't say no to food. So I started binging. And I never got to a point where it was completely out of hand, but it went on for years and years and years. Like I don't even know, 16, 25 years probably, on and off, right? And so it was something that I couldn't say no, so it was how I got around missing out. And it was when I was overseas, it was even when in my married life, and nobody knew, absolutely nobody. I didn't tell a soul because I felt so guilty. And I just felt like, I felt so ashamed. So, but then it was when I started really delving into healthy food. I think it was probably, having kids really helped that, because I knew how important it was to be nourishing them with really good food. And I discovered all these amazing foods that you could make, and I didn't feel like I was missing out. I have actually been really interested in healthy food from way back. I remember when I was at university down in Christchurch, and I tried to recreate the cookie time raisin and oatmeal cookie. So it's been going, I've been really interested in healthy food. So I'd have stages in my life where I was good, and then I would, just revert back to those normal behaviors. Anyway, so, fast forward few years, and, 25 years, and I started discovering all this amazing food, and it was raw, I just remember it was like bliss balls, and just amazing, just cooking with great flavors and lentils and different just healthy pies. I can't even explain what the food was, but I've realized that I actually didn't need to eat those foods that I thought I was missing out on and had to bring back up. I find it hard to even talk about it. But, and so that's where I actually I did kind of do I was going to a dentist, right? And the dentist was a friend of mine, and I was scared that she would pick up on it from knowing from my teeth. And anyway, so I Googled what happens when you bring your food back up, and I actually learned online that it said that it makes you fat. And I was like, well, that's actually what I'm trying not to do. So I then was like, okay, I need to change this way. Discovered all these, amazing foods. And then I realized how good I felt from eating those foods. So I was able to flip that switch and make the change. And it didn't happen overnight, but I felt more in control. So I hope that makes sense. And so then, ever since then, I haven't felt the need. I feel completely nourished from the food that I eat, and the healthier food that I eat, the better I feel. And that's what so many of you have been discovering this week, is that, even after 3 or 4 days, you're noticing how it can make such a difference to how you feel. How, someone posted about their sleep, and it was the most profound sleep that I've had for 2 months. It makes a difference. It totally makes, it impacts the way that you feel. So I just wanted you to know that that's where I've come from. I haven't always had a really healthy relationship with food. It's been a struggle, but I've managed to, flick that switch. And now I'm at the place where as I've said, I'm thinking about making every meal count. Like tonight I made a mac and cheese, which I wouldn't normally eat, but I put cauliflower in it and I made it gluten-free, and I really, really enjoyed it. And I had bacon in it. And so that, it's just things like that you can just make healthier, right? So I wanted to now talk about if weight loss is your goal, because I get a lot of women who come into my membership or with my one-on-one coaching, and they're like, I want to lose weight. And I have a conversation with them and just ask them to consider reframing that. Because when we tell ourselves that we want to lose weight, we need to go on a diet, it tells our brain that we can't have those foods. So therefore, it actually makes us crave them even more. Do you know, I don't know if you can resonate with that, but that is, if you say, I'm not allowed to eat that chocolate, you actually want it even more. So with the girls that are in my membership and with the ladies that I coach one-on-one, I say to them, and this is what I've been talking to you about this week, make it a lifestyle change. Don't make it about weight loss. Make it that it is something that you are going to change, not for these 5 days, not for 6 months. You don't go to the gym just for 6 weeks and work out and then stop. You go for the long term, because that's what we need to be doing. We need to be looking after ourselves. And so flipping the switch to be more thinking about, okay, this is a long-term lifestyle change, and just making these changes slowly over time, then often the weight loss is a byproduct, but it's not the primary focus, which makes it a lot more easier. So let me know if you're watching this in the comments box below. Does that resonate with you? Like, have you tried to diet? Every one of us, I'm sure every one of us has dieted before. And, when you go on a diet, are you like, does it work? And maybe it works for the short term, but it's not sustainable. And does it make you want those foods even more? So a great way to look at, I just wanted to share a couple of tactics with you. If you look over the course of a week, and we just look at the main meals, we have 3 meals a day, unless you fast, but we'll just go with the average 3 meals per day over a week, so that's 21 meals. If you look at making 18 of those meals great nutritional choices, then 3 of them can be, you know, a bit more relaxed, right? You might know that you've got a dinner coming up and you're going out and you want to just, you know, just enjoy it. Make that one of you might have an event that's coming up. So often when, you know, some people can say, oh, do the 80-20, but that's actually really hard to gauge, because how much actually is that? But if you go 18 out of 21 meals, you know, breakfast is easy, lunch is easy. Hope you've got lots of ideas from this week. But then dinner is often a more difficult one. But if you know you've got things coming up, then just try and, you know, work on that concept, and it works. I find that a lot of people can relate to that. Progress, not perfection. Nobody's perfect. We are never going to reach perfection, but we can reach progress, and that's what we've been doing this week. And I just want you to continue making progress. That's why I've invited you into the Wicked Healthy Tribe, because that's to help you continue making the progress. If you've missed the information about that, you can head to wickedwellbeing.com/WHT. It was in the email tonight. You'll hear about it on the video from today. I'll talk about it tomorrow again. Another concept that has been shared with me a few years ago, which is really powerful, is the full stop concept, the full stop rule. And that's if you, during the day, you make a choice that you're not so happy with, just full stop it, and then move on. Don't go, oh, I've blown it, so I'll just blow out for the rest of the day. Oh, I've blown it, I'll just blow out for the week. Oh, I've blown it, I'll just blow out for the month, and I'll start again, you know, next month. Just full stop it and go, that's okay, it is what it is, and then move on and start again. It's a really, really powerful concept. And the other one, let me know in the comments. I can't see any comments coming through, so I don't know if this is just like washing all over you, and it's not interesting, or it's resonating. The other thing, one more concept before I get on to the teenage thing, is the upgrade rule. So when you are looking at, like tonight for this mac and cheese was a perfect upgrade. I halved the pasta and added cauliflower. That is an upgrade. If you go out for dinner and you hold on the chips and you upgrade for the salad, that's an upgrade. If you add veggies into a meal, then that's an upgrade. You know, wherever you've got a choice, you can choose to do the upgrade. Thanks. Yeah, so that is like full stop rule and upgrade are 2 really powerful choices to make. So the last thing that I wanted, how am I going for time? 15 minutes, all good. The last thing that I wanted to talk about was teenagers in the house. So I know that that a lot of people expect my kids to be eating anything that I put on the table. And it is so not like that. I have got a really selective youngest, and she's 14, and she doesn't eat many veggies, and she doesn't eat fruit. Actually, she doesn't eat any fruit. She wants to. She really wants to, but she just doesn't like the texture. Since I've had the Thermomix and I've been able to pulp up lots of veggies, that's been a real bonus. Tonight she ate the mac and cheese with the cauliflower. Like, that was huge. She's eaten mushrooms at the start of the week. That's huge, but generally. And then I've got like the girls. My son is actually really good. He just eats anything that I put in front of him, generally. But the girls, you know, they go past 3 dairies to get to school. They earn their own money. I have completely lost influence over them. So where I come from now is that I now just lead by example. It's like I can influence, and I've done the best that I can. But now it's about them leading by example, and then hopefully they will just come back round. And I'm starting, like my middle girl has just started, going to the gym, like literally just started. Today was her first, but she's got that want to go and do that. And then she said to me tonight, but I've now got to be eating healthier because then I won't get the results from the gym. And I'm like, absolutely right. So it's starting to sink in. And my youngest is like, she's like, Mum, is this healthy? Is this got good stuff in it? Even though she doesn't like the quesadillas that we had last night that had all the veggies packed in it. She had no idea. And I'm like, yes. So she wants to get there, right? And I think that it's also, like, it does come down to the kind of the relationship and how the connections are going in the family too, which we have very strong personalities in our family, and sometimes they are very fractious. Don't know if that's even a word, but yeah. So that's my take. I don't compromise in what I eat to try and make them, better in the eating department. I just believe that they will come around, and eventually they'll go, actually, what Mum was doing for us was actually really, really good, and they've just got to get there on their own. Like the full stop idea, I'm very good at finishing off the rest of the day eating badly if I've had something not so good. Yeah. And that's exactly right, Lynn. I don't know, for some reason we just go, oh, well, we may as well write it off. We don't need to, because that actually just makes us feel worse. And it also, then we feel guilty, and that whole body shame and self-shaming is just a reoccurring situation that happens. I wish that I could actually go, I wish I had my laptop here so that I could go through and have a look at the questions. But anyway, thanks so much for joining me. I hope that has resonated. Would absolutely love to for you to join us in the Wicked Healthy Tribe, my online health and wellbeing membership. I'm very down to earth and just honest and keeping it real, because one thing that I do not like is the highlight reels of social media. And I would absolutely hate anyone to put me on a pedestal and go, she's got it all sorted, because I so haven't. There are so many areas in my life which there are challenges, but it's just one thing that I don't compromise on, and that is my food and my exercise, because I know that is my sanity, that is my mental health, and that is all just so important. Thanks so much for joining me, and I will see those of you in the VIP experience for me middle age and menopause at 8:15, and you've been emailed the link. Okay, see you later, ladies, and I'll see you tomorrow for our final session on sustaining stacks and how to keep the habits long term. Okay, see ya, bye.